Everyone wants to understand how they can onboard their clients more efficiently with excellence and surprise and delight them from the start of a project. And I actually find that this affects way more than just the client relationship, but that is obviously one of the most important things that we're going to cover today. Focusing on your operations in a consistent way as a small business owner is going to absolutely differentiate you between the folks who are struggling to grow and scale and the folks who are doing so seamlessly, right? You're kind of blasting through some of those ceilings and reaching $1 million months and $10 million months, right? We need to start to build in the habit around focusing on operations. And I actually find that a lot of business owners, because they focus so much on marketing and sales and fulfillment, right? All those urgent things, right? We need to find people to sell to, we need to close those deals, and we need to fulfill on the services that we're currently offering. Often operations and back of house things get kind of left to the wayside, and then it feels like everything is on fire. So the 4-phase onboarding blueprint, again, one of the biggest things that we have focused on with our digital agency clients over the last 7 years. And I can't believe it's been 7 years. But really what we want to do is we want to build trust and we want to create certainty. I have been a digital marketer certified partner and contributed in their wonderful content stream now for the past few years. And I remember going to their digital agency expo back in 2019. It was in New York City, and it was just buzzing with all the best minds in digital marketing. And really, really incredible presentation that I watched was from a guy who teaches at Harvard. His name is Mark Roberge. And he was talking about how once someone purchases with you, their trust and their certainty is actually at an all-time low. And while we are behind the scenes high-fiving and doing fun emojis in Slack that we've just closed a new client, that we get the opportunity to serve somebody, they're at home in their office, talking with their staff, talking with their spouse, wondering, did I make the right decision? Do I actually trust that this team is going to deliver what they say they are going to deliver? And are they going to do it in the way that I have imagined? So building trust and creating certainty is the name of the game in onboarding. This is what we want to do. It is not about collecting logins. It's not about getting them access to all the platforms. Yes, it is about that, but more so, it is about building trust and creating certainty. It's not just about getting the logins. It's about making sure that we set up the relationship to be the best it can possibly be. I've seen this affect the way teams close. Having a certain onboarding process, knowing that we're going to roll out the red carpet for somebody, has improved the way that sales teams show up on conversations, has improved the way that folks become paying customers. And it's also improved the retention of those customers long time. Because at the end of the day, we want to build that trust. We want to be transparent with them. We want to get them some wins. I'll go through every single phase with you. And we want to make sure that we're building that trust from the jump, because from there, everything becomes easier in the agency. This will help you decrease the operational drag in your business. It'll help you increase the confidence of your customers, and it will also help you increase the understanding of your teammates. So if anyone here is working with a team and is having someone else kind of take this over for them, so getting this done really well just does help to centralize all of the efforts for our clients. So let's dig in. Phase number 1 is the acceptance phase. And I think this is really interesting because we want them to feel accepted. I follow a really incredible couple, Chris and Melissa Smith. They are the founders of Family Brand, and they do a lot of research and digging into what makes really close-knit families, what makes, some families more close-knit than others. And one of the biggest things that they cite is that there is a sense of belonging. They feel accepted. They feel like they understand exactly where they fit in the grand scheme of the whole, and accepting them into your world, into the way that you will serve them, is largely important. So making sure that we've got this phase really nice and dialed in, making sure that they understand exactly what's to come, right? Set that landscape for them, help them understand where they fit in. We do this, and we recommend our clients do this via a one-on-one Zoom call. It takes 15 minutes. And what we basically do is say, here's what's coming, here's what we need from you. And then we do introductions to team. That's pretty much it. Who are we talking to? What's coming next? How long is the onboarding process, right? We're basically just giving them a map and we're accepting them into this journey that we're about to embark on together. Highlighting in here some specifics around making sure that we've got an introduction to a key teammate, the key players that are going to be on their account, who they can reach out to if they have any specific questions. That's going to be the name of the game. Phase 2 is the lifeline. We need to toss them that metaphorical buoy out into the sea, right? They've joined us for a reason and they want our support. And we need to give them a lifeline. And so what that looks like is creating a really quick win for somebody. In our company, what we do is we give an operational audit. So we say, hey, let's open up that front hall closet and let all the stuff fall out. And then we'll organize it in a really meaningful way so that you understand and so that my team behind the scenes understands what we need to create in terms of operational structure for you. This could look like folding in an SEO audit. This could look like getting their digital landscape cleaned up, right? If you're a media buying team and you are, noticing that their Facebook page is like super outdated and nothing is set up, right? So digital landscape, stuff you guys do in your sleep. Right? As digital agency owners, we work with a lot of companies. I work with an SEO company that supports folks who are movers. They only work with moving companies to improve their SEO. That's it. And they do this so often that the quick win that we created with them in the Lifeline section of their 4-phase onboarding was to go in and just update their Google business profile. Some of them hadn't done it correctly. Some of them hadn't been able to build it out entirely. And this company does this in their sleep. So what they did was, instead of putting it in a lengthy checklist of all the things that they were going to do or that they needed access to in the very beginning of the relationship, they spliced it out and highlighted it as a lifeline or a quick win. This is going to be helpful for our clients because going from A to Z in digital marketing is really, really challenging. And a lot of our clients have no exposure to our industry whatsoever. So helping them see a quick win and doing a quick audit or improving their digital landscape, or say, hey, listen, I actually went through your YouTube channel and I updated all of your keywords this morning. And I just wanted to make sure that you were aware that this should hopefully increase your video views, specifically right now. And so getting that really quick win, making sure that they have a lifeline, that they understand what working with us looks like and how invested we are in moving them forward, not from A to Z, but from A to B to C, like really, really confidently. That's going to be so, so helpful. So the lifeline big picture is to make sure that we're establishing a quick win for our clients, something that we do all the time. A benefit here, transparently, you guys, I've seen this done really well, is that you can actually take this piece out of your service and sell it as a one-off thing. An SEO audit, for example, perfect example. I was working with an SEO team that worked with health food companies a couple of months ago, and they did their audit as their main kind of onboarding feature. And they were like, people love this. It's one of the first things that they, share a testimonial about, or they get really excited about. And so what they decided to do was actually splice that out and then reach out to health food companies who already had in-house SEO. And they'd say, hey, listen, let's just go in and do an audit for you. And so this became so productized and so systematized that it created another revenue stream for them. But I think it's way important to highlight that these things that we're improving about our onboarding process don't just help us onboard clients better. They don't just help us improve our team's efficiency. They improve other areas of the business that we can't possibly even dream of yet. And I'm excited for how this is going to upgrade you guys. Number 3, send them a gift. Super straightforward. Send them a gift. Give them something that is outside of the normal promise that you've made inside of the sales process. Lots of folks term this surprise and delight, but I think gifts come in many forms. You can give the gift of your additional time. You can give the gift of additional focus, additional research. Give the gift of accelerated results. Hey, listen, I know that we said we were gonna, get this to you by Friday, but actually we were able to give this to you a little bit earlier, right? So give them a gift in the process. We had a client who actually just recently moved to new office offices. And my team and I got together last week or maybe 2 weeks ago on our call, and we were like, we're going to send them a tree for their new office. And so as you can get really, really excited, this is a political environmental focus media buying company for political campaigns. And they're super, super focused on the environment. So let's just send them a tree. They just got new offices. They've been with us for almost a year. We're going to do that. And so I think the more you can get to know your clients in the onboarding process, surprising, delighting them, and giving them the gift of something, maybe it's something that they can use for their office. Maybe it's something that they can use personally, but this starts to establish that long-term relationship. The people that you give gifts to are not people who just come in and out of your life, right? I'm not giving somebody a gift that I see at the supermarket, right? I'm giving gifts thoughtfully to people who are going to be in my life for a long time. So this is seeding that particular gift. So some great gifts that you could do is a physical gift. You can send them a tree to their office. You can give the gift of time, right? An additional strategy session, something that you are doing to really involve yourself in their marketing, involve yourself in the history of their company. You can give the gift of their time. And what I mean by that is, hey, listen, let's just say, for example, SEO company for movers, right? Comes in, they say, hey, listen, we've done this audit on, your Google business profile and we updated everything. And we actually thought up several topics around how we can improve your, organic rankings. So we're going to have a copywriter come in and write those for you so that you don't have to do that, right? It's in your service or an option in your service, but you can give them that gift. I wanted to make sure that we got this relationship off on the right foot and you felt like you had some momentum. It'll cost you whatever the cost of the copywriter is. Maybe you already have one on your team, but that wasn't an original bullet in the service, and they get to experience what it's like to go deeper with you, right? So that's an added bonus of the physical gifts. I think it's going to be really, really important to do that. Fourth is cast a vision. Lots of folks do this as the strategy portion of onboarding, right? We get all their stuff, their logins and their access points and all that stuff. And what we end up doing is we deliver them a strategy for how we're going to go about our, kind of service that they've hired us to do. And we forget to cast a vision. We forget to put the carrot out a little bit farther than the specific strategy that we have right now, right? If someone were to come to me and say, I want to improve my internal knowledge base so that my team never has to guess how to do blank, I would say, hey, that's amazing. And I'm really excited to achieve that with you over the next 3 months. And what this is going to do is it's going to free up a lot of your time to start to consider other operational throughputs in the business, like how you manage your projects, how you're tracking key data in the organization, how you're able to focus on business development and maybe even grow to multiple locations or multiple different service lines. I think that is going to help your client dream a little bit bigger. So what we want to do is we want to dream big. This also helps solidify the ongoing relationship with your client. You are co-creating an investment. You are showing them that you are invested in their success. You are almost even demonstrating, and I do this all the time with our clients, and I say this to our team, I'm like, sometimes I feel like I want it more than some of our clients want it, right? Like I want operational structure and success and everything that that brings, sometimes more than you do in the beginning. So what you want to do is you want to lead them. You want to show them what is possible. You want to dream big, and you want to solidify that you, your team, your agency are the people who can bring them there, right? Who can actually guide them through. You've done it before, and you can do it again with them. So cast a vision, dream big, make sure we're looking out past the service. Surely y'all can't read that, but you get what I'm saying. Look out past the service. So if they hire you to get in and improve the organic rankings, right, then when do we start paying Google for some of those eyeballs, right? What's next, right? What is the next big domino that needs to fall in them, really achieving a lot of their marketing goals? This is going to absolutely improve the way that you onboard. And this framework and these principles underneath of it live all of the tactics, right? Acceptance. You can add your agreement or your proposal in here, but you can structure it in a way to make sure that they understand what's coming next, that they understand what is about to happen. The lifeline, right? Getting them a really quick win. This can be the setup phase, right? How much more exciting is gathering logins if you're getting somebody a quick win, right? How much more exciting is it going to be to go back and forth with a team if you know that you are in a position to deliver them something that's going to surprise and delight them? The gifting section, a quick fun hack that I learned from a friend of mine who runs a promotional company is she actually creates an online store for her customers and populates it with several different pieces of merch that she's created for her company. And instead of just sending a t-shirt with a logo or a mug or something like that, she gifts $50 to her store. And then someone can go select the sizing, the type of swag that they want. And it has increased their conversion on, because that she runs a membership, it's increased, sorry, their retention on their membership by 3 whole months by implementing that. So that was super cool. I thought that was a really unique way of gifting because all of us have journals, mugs, pens, things that we've gotten from companies that we really do truly love. But how much more ownership and excitement would we feel over that if we got to go and choose it for ourselves, right? I would go rock a hat all the time. So gifting, really, really incredible way to upgrade that. And I would say I read a really cool book a few years ago called Giftology by, his name is John Ruhlin. And he talked about gifting in a way that I thought was pretty systematic. And he says that if you are going to give a gift to somebody, think about the budget that you have and then try to go best in class for that budget. So for example, if my budget to gift someone something is $250, having a pen to send them, a $250 pen is amazing, right? Like it's probably, besides Mont Blanc, right? Probably one of the best pens on the market. You can absolutely give them and someone will be like, whoa, I can't believe that there is a pen out there that exists like this, right? If your budget is $50, what can you get that is best in class for $50? A really nice notebook that costs you $50, that's probably going to be the best notebook that they've ever held in their hands for $50 whole, right? So try to think about that when you're creating a gifting strategy. Think about how you can be best in class for the budget that you have. Proactive communication is really, really important here. Oftentimes, and this is something that I think we, I don't know, maybe forget as agency owners because we have a lot of expertise as folks who are running paid advertising, building digital landscape, really attracting new potential customers to our clients. Oftentimes we forget that we know everything about whatever we're working on, but they don't. And so when we touch base with clients at point A and point D, what happens in points B and C behind the scenes, we're very familiar with, but it might leave the client guessing on a couple of things. So proactive communication might not look like waiting until something is actually done or ready to be shipped. It might just be a quick note from your account manager or somebody on your team to say, hey, listen, we are working on this for you. And I just wanted to make sure that you know that you are top of mind and we're still going to get this to you on the date that we had said we were going to deliver it, right? Just being nice and proactive, continuing that relationship. Second is physical mail. Anytime, especially in the longevity of your client relationship, anytime you can incorporate physical mail, I think that's a gigantic win. Even if it's just a quick handwritten note, Felt is a wonderful app to basically create handwritten letters and send them out to people all over the world. And it feels really high touch, but it's all digital and you don't have to actually walk out to the mailbox to go and send something. You pay your 40, 50 cents or wherever it's going in the United States, and then you go from there. So super, super great. Third and final is if you are running a community or get your people together in a community in any capacity. I know so many agencies who've done this really, really well over the years. They help a lot of clients in the same industry. So they'll get them together. They'll do quarterly retreats or, an annual event. Highlighting them in a community, whether that's a paid Facebook group or even a free Facebook group, just highlighting them at some point in your community will help with that first phase, that acceptance phase, right? They know that they found their tribe. There's other people out there who have trusted you guys to get them those results. And I think that will absolutely upgrade the way that you're doing things. If you don't have a community, don't worry about it. But if you do, it actually does go a long way for, I think, keeping folks long-term term and making sure that they are month over month feeling like the service is super valuable. We are going to create a client newsletter. So highlighting client wins, highlighting things that our clients are doing that's making them really successful, making sure that folks are joining our workshops like this, and making the environment around being a client with us way more than just what we deliver in our services. But at the end of the day, right now, it's easier than ever to be above average. Everyone is doing the bare minimum to support their clients and doing the bare minimum to, meet the demands of what's required of their clients. And it takes just a little bit more effort, what I've described here, to really knock it out of the park for your people, to really consider, okay, this is a relationship that I care about long term. It'll go a long way with your people, and it will definitely combat what I was talking about earlier, that I heard in that digital marketer conference from Mark Roberge, is it will absolutely cancel out that immediate buyer's remorse, that lack of trust in the very beginning, right? You can really diffuse that by setting this landscape up and using this blueprint appropriately.